You're tired. Not the normal kind of tired where you just need a good night's sleep. You're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., feeling that heavy pit in your stomach because you're doing all the right things, studying, working, trying to keep up, and you're still falling behind. Most of us treat this feeling like a personal character flaw, but it is usually the logical output of a corrupted mental operating system. You've picked up specific daily habits that actively sabotage your cognitive potential before you even get a chance to use it. To fix this, we have to audit your day chronologically, starting with the exact moment you open your eyes. The very first mistake to delete is habit 1, the morning doom scroll. This chart tracks your brain's chemical baseline in those first waking moments. The second you open TikTok or Instagram in bed, you trigger contextual priming. You are flooding your brain with an artificial dopamine spike before you've actually earned it. The spike is fast, but the baseline immediately crashes, leaving you primed for distraction all day. The immediate patch for this software bug is simple. Buy an old-school alarm clock and leave your phone in another room. For the first 30 minutes of the day, you mandate absolute screen-free time to let your brain boot up naturally. Reclaiming your morning strips the algorithm of its power. By delaying the screen, you regain control over your emotional baseline rather than letting an app dictate how you feel for the next 16 hours. As the timeline shifts into your actual workday, you run directly into habit 2, the productivity trap. We love to plan, because planning perfectly mimics the feeling of doing actual work. You spend 3 hours building a complex Notion workspace or color-coding your digital calendar. It feels like progress, but you haven't written a single sentence of your actual essay. That is productive procrastination. The friction of the actual task is so high that you hide inside the planning phase. The tool to break this friction is the 5-minute rule. If you are dreading a task, commit to executing it for exactly 5 minutes. The heaviest lift is always the physical act of starting. Once you break the seal, the momentum carries you forward. But once you start, you likely fall into habit 3, the multitasking myth. You think juggling a study guide, 3 message threads, and a background video makes you efficient. You aren't multitasking, you are just task switching. Look at this diagram of a central hub splitting into fragmented pathways. Every single time you shift your attention from your main work to a text message, you pay a cognitive tax. Your brain cannot maintain deep focus across multiple pathways, resulting in your progress stalling at a shallow level. Neurologically, it takes 20 minutes to re-enter deep flow. If you check your phone every 10 minutes, the progress bars keep resetting. You are never actually working. The only true mechanism for high-level output in a noisy world is single tasking. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb and lock in for 50 uninterrupted minutes. By late afternoon, the pressure shifts from your workload to your social life. Enter habit 4, the yes man syndrome. In your 20s, the fear of missing out makes you feel obligated to accept every single invitation, party, or random favor. Every time you say yes to a distraction that derails your goals, you are forcing your future self to pay the bill. You do not need to be universally available to be valued. That social pressure feeds directly into habit 5, the comparison hangover. You log online and see peers traveling, launching startups, and projecting total perfection. You feel entirely inadequate because you are comparing your chaotic, stressful, behind-the-scenes reality to the heavily curated top 1% of someone else's life. You are grading yourself against a highlight reel that doesn't actually exist. These social pressures act as a persistent drain on your emotional reserves. This performative exhaustion leaves you without the resilience required to build a long-term foundation. Which brings us back to the late night and habit 6, the sleep debt. Hustle culture sells the myth that pulling all-nighters is a badge of honor. In reality, you are just destroying your cognitive function for the following day. Sleep is a strict biological necessity for memory consolidation. While you rest, your brain physically wires in the information you took in that day. If you sacrifice sleep, you destroy your ability to learn. It is a terrible trade. But the heaviest saboteur hiding in the dark is habit 7, the fear of failure. This is the habit that keeps your business idea in the drafts folder and your fitness goals forever pending. You hesitate because you are waiting for the perfect time, driven by the false belief that everyone around you is closely monitoring your every move. The truth is, everyone is too obsessed with their own insecurities to notice your early mistakes. Fail fast and fail often. Reframe every single misstep as strictly data collection. It is not a personal indictment. It is just the feedback you need to calibrate your next attempt. Hesitating for perfection carries a massive opportunity cost. Waking up at age 25 with a lifetime of preparation and 0 time spent inside the arena. If you try to fix all 7 of these habits by tomorrow morning, you will crash. Massive overnight overhauls inevitably lead to burnout and regression. Instead, pick exactly 1 habit to delete today. Just 1. Reclaim your morning, or protect your sleep, or finally launch that project. Small, precise actions compound into massive leverage over time. Pick your single target and start deleting.